Hey YouTube, it's your girl Chic from Chic Say What. Welcome to the party, Starlights. Please like, share, subscribe as you come in. I want to come out here and just provide some updates in regards to the rapper Gunna. Many of you may know he and the rapper Young Thug were arrested on RICO charges. I guess it's probably going on, seems like probably like 2 months now that since they were first, they were arrested and they, made requests for bail on more than one occasion and it's been denied. So I want to talk about that tonight. I also want to talk about, I guess Young Thug has a family member who is connected to a murder that took place recently. So I want to get into that. And I also want to touch on Gunna and this allegation of a nurse trying to smuggle drugs into the jail to him. So, y'all, listen, it's late, but we going to get into it. We going to get into all things Gunna, touch on some things on Young Thugs. Let me know if you engage in the chat, if you have any comments. But let's get into it. Again, please like, share, subscribe. Make sure you hit the notification bell so you know when I go live. Because as I say, we real random over here, so you don't want to miss out when I do go live and come with the tea. So let me share my screen. You know how I do over here. We're going to get into just what's going on with the bond hearing. So this article reads, rapper Gunna again denied bond in gang racketeering case. So if you recall, Gunna and Young Thug both had went up and requested bond not that long ago, and I didn't cover it back when they went up, requested it, but it was like some a few weeks back, but it was denied. I remember it being denied. So it looks like Gunna and his team, legal team, made a second request, for it to be reconsidered. So let's get into this article. It's dated July 8th, 2022. So it says a judge in Atlanta on Thursday denied bond for rapper Gunna, who's charged with racketeering along with fellow rapper Young Thug and more than 2 dozen other people. Fulton County Superior Court Judge Uriel Glanville had previously denied bond for Gunna, whose given name is Sergio Kitchens, on Thursday held a hearing on the rapper's request to reconsider that decision. Gladfield said he worried Kitchens might threaten or intimidate witnesses if he were released ahead of trial. So they like, no, sir, you ain't gonna be scaring these folks off because y'all know a person will change their mind about testifying in a damn hot minute. You know how that go when they get that threat. Somebody threaten their life, the life of their loved ones, then they be like, you know what? Maybe that it really didn't happen the way that I first told you. Y'all know how that go. Yeah, we see it play out in all the movies and the criminal shows. That stuff real. Article goes on to say prosecutors have said that Young Thug, whose real name is Jeffrey Lamar Williams, is a founder of a violent street gang in Atlanta called Young Slime Life, and that Kitchens has a management role within the gang. The 88-page indictment filed in May alleges the gang committed multiple murders, shootings, carjackings over roughly a decade and promoted its activities in songs and on social media. Y'all know we hear that all the time where these artists be giving themselves up by telling themselves in their music, in their social media posts. So we've seen that time and time again. But I do recall, I think it was what Jay-Z and what's that other rapper? I think where they were trying to get something to pass, and maybe it did pass. I think maybe in New York where the lyrics in your music, like they can't use that against you or something like that. I think I might have covered that in a past video, but if you know what I'm talking, but it's pertaining to like, cause a lot of artists will just tell all their little business in their music, and then when they go to court, those things come up. So it was, I think, Jay-Z and Meek Mill. I think that was the other artist where they were kind of pushing for that to not be allowed, where your music and the things that you say in your music can be held against you in court. Me personally, I don't see anything wrong with it. I mean, because if these artists or these these rappers supposed to be real hard on street guys, and they say that they be rapping about their life or whatever, but then now when they caught up in the legal system, it's like, yeah, no, I was just lying, I was just playing. So which is it? Are you real and this is you about that life, or now are you saying no, I was kind of just making that up just to sell some records? Like, which one is it? So yeah, that was that. You can probably try to kind of look into that, but I believe that was Jay-Z and Meek Mill, so you can kind of research that. So back to the article. In a statement released on his birthday last month, Kitchens proclaimed his innocence. Fulton County Assistant District Attorney Don Geary cited several crimes not related to the indictment that he said Kitchens might have been involved in, and said the state continues to believe he shouldn't be released on bond. Steve Sadell, a lawyer for Kitchen, said prosecutors have failed to make any specific allegations or produce any evidence to show that his client is a threat to witnesses. Kitchens and his parents are willing to put up their property as collateral, and Kitchens would agree to be on house arrest with electronic monitoring, Sadell said. Quote, the only thing that Mr. Kitchens wants under these circumstances is to be released, to be in his home, to be able to produce music and meet with counsel to prepare for trial in this case, Sadal said. Kitchens, who is signed to Williams Young Stoner Life record label, scored his second number one on Billboard 200 album chart with DS Forever this year. So they were like, no, sir, we're gonna need you to go ahead and have a seat and get comfortable in the Fulton County jails, because you're not leaving anytime soon. You're going to go to trial, and based on the outcome of that, that will determine if you walk about this facility. Now, moving on to recently, there was a nurse. So let me share my screen. Let's talk about this nurse, y'all, because it's like it's a lot going on. So then you got that, and then he trying to get out on bond. Like no, it's not looking good for the kid. So we switched over to the source.com. It says that the nurse allegedly trying to smuggle cocaine and weed into jail for Gunna. Listen, I don't see how all that's popping off, and you trying to campaign to get out on bail like that. That don't make sense. So let's get into this article and see what he's saying. So earlier today, it was reported. Let's see. This article was dated also July 8th, 2022. Earlier today, it was reported that Gunna was denied bond again and now must remain behind bars until his trial begins in January 2023. So wow. So pretty much by the time trial comes, he's going to have been in jail for almost a year, because I want to say they probably got picked up maybe sometime in around maybe May or something, April, May, around that time. So prosecutors have argued that Gunna plays a leadership role in the YSL, and that he will be able to intimidate witnesses if he is let out on bond. During Gunna's bond hearing on Thursday, prosecutors claimed that the DS4 artist was behind another incident that occurred at the Fulton County Jail in May. So they're saying this incident happened in May. According to WSB TV, on May 14th, a nurse was caught trying to allegedly smuggle cocaine and weed into the jail for Gunna. When confronted by an officer about the drugs, the nurse fled. During the bond hearing on Thursday, July 7th, prosecutors said that some of the drugs in the bag were intended for Gunna, a claim that his attorney denies. So, like I said, I think they got probably locked up around in May. So this would have been like shortly after. It seemed like he probably got uh arrested. Let me look up and see when did he get arrested, because it seemed like it was sometime around May, between April, May. So let me see, because I wonder if that took place not long after he was picked up. Let me see. Gunna arrested. Okay, so this article is showing. So let me switch over to show you what I'm seeing when I saw. So when I type in Gunna's arrest, this is saying TMZ reported that he was arrested 2 days after Young Thug. So this article was dated. Let's see. Let me go back. May 20th. So he's been locked up since May. But well, that's when they posted it. But they said something about Young Thug and Dunn denied bail. So it had to be earlier than May 20th. So because May 13th, this article is saying this is the first denial of bail. Wednesday, May 11th, it says Young Thug and Gunna's request for bond was denied. So that was May 11th. And then apparently the alleged incident with the nurse took place on the 14th. So that was just days later. So yeah, that's just not looking good at all. But let's get back to that story dealing with the nurse, because there's a news clip I want to share that provides some more information pertaining to that situation. So it says prosecutors saying a nurse attempted to smuggle cocaine and weed into the jail for Gunna. So let's listen to this news clip. Fair use. Make sure we got everything rolling. Again, please like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell as you join the live. Thank you. So let's get to these.
But as you mentioned, it was May 14th when prosecutors say a nurse attempted to smuggle a bag inside this jail. It was full of marijuana and cocaine, but when a deputy confronted her, she dropped it, then took off running. Now, today in court, prosecutors claim that some of those drugs were intended for the rapper Gunna, a claim that his attorneys are calling false.
None of the allegations made today, these so-called new allegations, are accurate.
Gunna, who appeared virtually today, is one of 28 defendants charged in a sweeping.
Okay, so there you go. His attorney was like, yo, that I don't know what y'all talking about. That my client have nothing to do with that. Let's see. Prosecutors in the case have allegedly learned of numerous threats against witnesses. Let me see. Let me make sure we don't miss anything, y'all, because it's deep up in here. Listen. Okay, so it says prosecutors in this case have allegedly learned of numerous threats against witnesses who have claimed that they fear not only for their own lives, but the lives of their families. Remember I said, y'all, like when folks be getting out, or even if you hear about people getting threatened while the perpetrator or the alleged perpetrator locked up, like that stuff is real. That's why, a lot of people don't be talking when stuff happen, when stuff be happening broad daylight, or where it's a million witnesses and everybody like, I don't know what happened, I ain't seen nothing, because they know they still got to live in that community, and the police ain't gonna protect them like that. So listen, people just be thinking about the safety of themselves, their loved ones. Like, it's like it's understandable, but at the same time, it's just very sad, because it just contributes to keeping the cycle going with all the madness that goes on in our communities. So the article goes on to say, the people they fear for their lives and for their families, lives. They should they testify according to the motion filed earlier this week. This has pushed the judge presiding over the case, Judge Ural Glanville, to issue a new protective order for the witnesses. According to the New York Times, the order forces defense lawyers to withhold witnesses' contact information from their clients. Both Young Thug and Gunna's lawyers have denied any wrongdoing. So yeah, listen, I hope that somehow these witnesses are protected. It's saying, okay, to me, it's sad that it's saying it's forcing lawyers to withhold witness contact information. Why wouldn't that automatically be a given anyway, to withhold that information? Like, it's crazy, but that's what they said. That's the culture. So let's switch over to Young Thug. I want to wrap this live up with talking about Young Thug's family member. Let me switch over, because y'all know, like right before Young Thug had got arrested, remember, I think one of the mothers of his children was killed here in Atlanta. So here's something else surrounding Young Thug. This article is from the New York Post, and it reads, rapper Young Thug's nephew charged with murdering his girlfriend. Listen, Young Thug's name is just it's just like nothing positive is being associated with his name as of late. So this was posted July 9th, 2022. And this is the nephew. Yeah, this is the nephew. So the nephew is Farderine Deontay Greer was arrested and charged with murder after he allegedly admitted to shooting his girlfriend in the face. So let's see what this article has to say. Lord Jesus. Rapper Young Thug's nephew was arrested in Georgia earlier this week for allegedly killing his girlfriend. Farderine Deontay Greer was busted in East Point, Georgia on Wednesday and charged with fatally shooting Destiny Fitzpatrick, police told TMZ. Y'all know TMZ be on it. An East Point police spokesperson told the outlet that when officers arrived on scene, they found Greer crying and found Fitzpatrick dead in a pool of blood by the front door. Greer told police that he is Young Thug's nephew, the son of the Atlanta rapper's oldest sister. A source close to Young Thug confirmed the relationship to TMZ. According to TMZ, Greer initially told officers he was fending off two armed intruders, but then later allegedly admitted to shooting Fitzpatrick in the face. A neighbor heard the couple arguing in the home before the shooting. Greer was arrested and charged with murder. Says Young Thug, born Jeffrey Lamar Williams, is currently in custody in Fulton County himself after he was arrested on gang-related charges in May. So what, they now locked up together, y'all? I mean, listen, he got his hair looking like Chloe Bailey locks. Remember y'all when Chloe Bailey was rocking the platinum blonde locks? I guess she had the weave wrapped around her natural dark colored locks. But it says the bad. Let me see. What is this also goes on? So this goes on to talk about Young Thug's little, criminal situation. But y'all, it's just a mess. Like I said, it's right now, Young Thug, his name isn't associated really with anything positive, which is unfortunate. So I'm wondering, they talked about Gunna's trial starting in January. So I'm wondering when January 2023 the trial began. So I'm assuming the two men, they're going to have two separate trials. So I wonder if Young Thug's trial is scheduled to start also in January 2023. Hell, Young Thug didn't even try to go up for a second request for a bond, but I guess he already must knew that I was going to get denied. But hey, Gunna tried it. I guess they say you don't know unless you ask. So the situation is unfortunate, but we will be here to watch how it plays out. Of course, I will be coming back with updates as they are released. But it is what it is, as far as with this nephew, that's just a sad situation right here. He looks like a pretty young guy. So now he's about to be locked up for murder. And who knows, what the sentence, if that, I don't know if Georgia's going to do, what kind of penalty that can be for a murder charge. Sad day. We have got to do better in our community. But that's all I have for tonight. Thank you. Please like, share, subscribe. Make sure you hit the notification bell so you know when I go live. Drop a comment. Let me know your thoughts. Are you like, yo, free Gunna, free Young Thug? Or are you like, nah, go ahead and let them stay in there and, wait it out until trial and see, what the 12 jurors have to say about the situation. And what's your thoughts on Young Thug's nephew being charged with murder? Like, what is there just this bad dark cloud over the family, because like I said, Young Thug's baby mom had died like right before he had got picked up, not long before then. I want to say I covered that case, but she was killed. And then, he got picked up for all the charges that he got going on. And then now we're learning about his nephew being charged for murdering his girlfriend. Crazy. Let me know your thoughts. Drop a comment, like, share, subscribe. I will drop the links in the description. So you want to go back to any of the material that we went over tonight. So until the next broadcast, peace.